What is up? What is up, guys? Back again here one more time. We've survived the midweek again. It is Wednesday, hump day. And guess what, guys? If you're watching this right now, you're all in the doghouse with us. Because instead of being out and cuddled up with our girls or going out there looking for them, we're here on the show. This is the doghouse show today, okay, guys? So don't even worry. You're not alone. You're in good company, guys. Guys, we got a special show today, special guest. Proud to have him on. The guy that's contributed a lot to the hobby. We will get to him in just a second. I think everybody knows who he is, Mr. Stephen Hammer. Guys, but before we move on with that, or go into that, today's drink, you can't tell on the camera, but it's a pretty pink drink because it's Valentine's Day. It's got some rose tequila in here and some other magical stuff that makes me feel good. Goat Milk Diaries, guys, welcome. Thank you for joining. Like, share, subscribe. I'm going to take a sip. It's good stuff. That is good stuff. Mr. Michael Nelson, what's up, brother? We're here, brother. Coquitos in the house. Yes, brother. Those are good. They're good Christmas drinks. 80 Terry, what's going on, brother? Platinum, what's up? Mr. Kevin Davenport, what is up, Kev? Drew, what's up, brother? Well, good to have you guys on. Let's bring in my partner in crime, one of them anyways. Let's bring him in, Mr. Mother effing Easy E, baby.
I'm just still recovering from the Super Bowl. Trying to get past it. I'm trying to. It hurts. Shout out to everybody that had me on suicide watch. I appreciate it. It was. It hurt.
What's up, Vinny Carquito? What's up, brother? Good to have you on. Vinny? Thanks for joining us.
But on the flip side, I seen that I was removed from the Hall of Lames scammers page. Shout out to that.
Wow.
Good job, Kev.
No longer on the Hall of Lames there, huh? Well, even though the 49ers didn't win, you still claimed the victory, brother. Let me tell you. You still came out winning.
I guess that's like an oral victory.
You know. What's up, Mr. Nick Carnival? New version of Latino Heat? I guess so. I'm down with that, brother.
He's like Nick, shout out. He's like, this is Latino queef.
Nick Carnival. He is the person that runs a very nice page, guys. You guys, if you don't know about it, it's Big Boys Belts. Join in. Very cool. Good people. If you love belts in the hobby, join Big Boys Belts. BBB.
Can't forget to join Worldwide of Belts. Kev Davenport, Mark Maggart, and fellas over there. Running Spanning the Globe, doing good things for the hobby.
Facebook user, he says, I'm in Wisconsin. Go Pack, go.
Maybe next year, just like the Niners.
It's okay. I love the Cheeseheads. We're all good. My brother's a Cheesehead big time. Love them all, guys. In the house, Mr. Ben
Big
Walker.
Ben.
What's going on,
Grandpa
brother?
Ben?
The wise man, Ben Walker. Andy, what's going on? What's going on, guys? Andy Bolger, join him also. Very good show on Spanning the Globe.
Join the second. Did you know this fun fact about Andy? He's the second oldest person in the bell group next to Ben.
Are you really?
Yeah.
the grandfathers of the hobby. Mr. Nathan. Nathan, how's it going, brother? Good to have you on. Finally good to have you on, brother. Kev says, Ben needs to go to bed. It's past his bedtime.
Hey, he needs his energy tomorrow to span the globe.
It depends what time zone he's in, because, we're probably the latest show.
It's only 6 here, so I'm good. But I've worked for like 12 minutes.
So, guys, again, thanks for being here. Thanks for joining in. We've had some good stuff happen, some bad stuff happen, some even better things happen. That's part of life. We all have our ups and downs. We still very much take place and interject with each other in the hobby, and we all have our things to say and ideas, and we go through our ups and downs. Like I said,
no. While you say that, I'm gonna put some resistance up on that, because we were talking about this backstage. This hobby is full of a lot of opinionated people, right? That don't like opinions. When you give an opinion, there's a lot of resistance. So you're generally either too poor and you are jealous. You're just being a hater, or you're not one of the click boys. Right? So if you give an opinion on a belt, that doesn't mean like I hate your belt or I hate you as a person or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, looking at belts, I'm jumping into a different tier of belts, and I want to get value for my money. So, I'm looking at, Master Series and C4s and things of that nature. So we'll get into that.
Is a hell of a belt.
We'll get into this later, but I just want to. We need to figure out how to let people have their opinions without being so damn butthurt.
And that's another thing about opinions. I think anything can be said, anything can be brought to the table, as long as it's done with a certain respect and a certain way that you do it, where you're not belittling or insulting anybody. I'm down with that. I get comments in my inbox all the time about my leather. I don't get sore about it. I look at it and say, you're right. If they're wrong, they're wrong. It's their opinion, or I improve on my stuff. So it's just how it is, man. But on the lighter side, guys, in this hobby, we have good people in the hobby. We have people that have made a lot of contributions, put in time and effort, and done a lot to put the knowledge in for us. I know that when I started first looking up stuff, and one guy just stood out above everybody else when I was looking up for anything in regards to belts or reviews or anything like that. And I give a big thanks to this guy. Our guest tonight is Mr. Steven Hammer. We're going to go ahead and bring him on.
This is the first reviewer I ever seen on YouTube. I just stumbled into belts. There's the hammer.
The hammer. And let's drop the hammer now. Yo, what is good, brother? A toast.
A toast to the both of you for reaching out to me and saying, hey, do you want to be on? Because I don't do all this stuff very often. So thank you, Ethan. Thank you, Mendoza. I appreciate it very much.
We appreciate you coming on, brother. Thank you so much. So, you've been really out and open about the things that have been going on with you, with the situation with you and your wife. And yes. We all, I know I've posted up and I've put my prayers out there, and hopefully they get heard and your situation gets better and her situation gets better. You know what I mean? It's a more positive thing, hopefully, for both of you guys in the future. But we all want to know still, beyond that, what has Steven Hammer been doing? What's your day-to-day life? How is everything going? Are you inspired to do any new work, any new things? Because I know I've missed the reviews. I've gone on there all the time, and I go, just let me see if there's something new today. Just, you know what I mean. So, brother, let us in on the on what's going on.
Okay. The day-to-day life is pretty much everything that I can for Nicole in that living room.
Mm-hmm.
I would do anything for her, and I've made it very clear since I married her that I would do anything for her. And it's a matter of, hey, if she needs a doctor's appointment, I'm going to make sure I'm off work, take her to that appointment, because she can't drive. She can't do that no more.
Yeah.
That independence is gone. And so it's, I have to grocery shop for her. So I do that a lot. I grocery shop for her. It has its ups and downs. Like some days are really good. Some days are just really bad because we know that life isn't really the same anymore because she's inevitably going to go 100% blind one day. And it's just a matter of kind of like cherishing those moments that you do have now. Because she's gonna wake up one day and not even be able to see this pretty face again. She's not gonna be able to pick up her dog and know what it looks like. And so my days are spent just being with her a lot. Just now, to be honest with you.
Is there medications or anything like that maybe like slow the progression or anything along those lines?
Not really. The surgeries and stuff that she has now are not going to fix her vision. It's not going to fix nothing. It's just going to save what vision she has left. That's it. Which sucks because she's got numerous problems with her eyes. All of us depend on our eyes for things. Mendoza does leather. If he had no vision to do leather,
wow, yeah.
What do you do?
I can't even imagine my world or my life with something like that missing. That isn't a part of me anymore. Or even what's crazy is this: the mental strength you have to have, because when something happens to you and it's kind of sudden, it's one thing, right? But when it's starting to happen and it's imminent, you know what I mean? It's
the linger.
Yeah, that's tough. You got to be tough here and tough here, man.
And for you as the husband, like we're guys, we talk about this before, we talk about, men's mental health, and we try to, put a little bit out there. None of us are experts by God, any means of it. But, most guys out here can attest what it's like to be a guy and have to shoulder, providing, and now you have inevitabilities staring you in the face that you're like, and for you're trying to be her rock, but then you're looking for your outlet to have some sort of release,
And for the longest time, I did not have that. If I don't know who's been following my journey, but like, dude, my mom passed away. 6 months later, my dad passed away. I've lost numerous friends in between then. A doctor thought I had cancer down there. Thank God it wasn't, but I had to have surgery to remove that lump. And thank God it was not cancer. And it's just been like one thing after another. And then she goes blind and she's not able to work anymore. And it's like, okay, all the responsibilities right here. It's all on me now. Like, you can't work. Groceries, bills, everything.
I like to put out there, just so it's open, that like, you're not alone. Don't ever think you're alone. I'm a PM away. Our stories are similar, man. I lost in the last couple of years. I lost my mom, my dad, my brother was murdered. Like, I've been through, a lot, and it's just, don't think you're alone. Don't ever think you have nobody to reach out to. There's a million people that you would be surprised that will reach out to you and just be like, I feel you're just the lending ear. You know what I mean? And I think that's really important for people to.
I think all of us can agree. Like, it's hard to open up sometimes. I'm very stubborn. My wife tells me I'm stubborn. It's hard for me to just message somebody and be like, hey, I'm not doing good. It's very hard for me. It's hard for me to open up. It really is. And so like just knowing everything that's happened, I've kept a lot of stuff bottled up in me. I've been on medication pills. I'm sure a lot of us are on pills, certain pills and depression pills or whatever, just to make us feel some sort of normal. And for the longest time, I didn't know what that normal was. I mean, there were points in my life I didn't care if I lived or died because there was just so much going on. And that's the truth. I didn't give a shit about belts. I didn't give a shit about YouTube. I didn't care about nothing. I was like, I've lost my mom. I've lost my dad. Like everything sucks. My family states away. I just don't care. And it sucks. It sucks to feel that small. But like there are good people, especially in some of these groups, there are good people who will reach out and be like, hey, I know you're not feeling good. Talk to me. And I'm very thankful for those people.
That was one of the reasons why I reached out to you a couple weeks ago when you put that video out about coming back and, leaving your comments off and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I get it and I understand and I'm sympathetic to it. YouTube's kind of your outlet, your escape. It's your making videos and doing that. Yeah. Is like, for me, like I've said a dozen times, I never thought in a million years one of my outlets would be staring at a camera, talking to a camera, or talking to people. It's wild to me.
When you're especially not much of a people person to begin with.
Yeah. A terrible people person.
I like making videos. It's fun to make videos. It's fun to because when I watch belt reviews, some of them just bore the heck out of me. And as I'm sure a lot of them might do to you guys, right? They just put the camera or put the belt on the bed and they just kind of skim over it.
Yeah.
And that's it. And to me, that is so boring and I cannot stand it.
And you stood out, brother. Let me tell you, you could tell. I remember watching videos and the whole thing where guys are like this and they drop a phone, oh, my bad, and they scramble around and pick it back up. And they're like, oh, and focus in and out. And then their hands in front of where they're pointing. And I was like, I can't stand this. I'm like, where's this dude that I saw a couple of days ago? And I went and subscribed right away. And I must have stayed up till like 7 a.m. the next morning just watching all kinds of videos, brother.
Thank you for watching. Thank you.
Well, I do. And I mean, like I said, I told the guys, I said, hey, I saw a notification. I went right away to check it out. And it left me kind of like, like, man, this kind of sucks. Like I felt the emotion you had through the camera, through the TV, and I was like, this is deep. Like, we gotta let everybody know, or let everybody know what he's feeling and where he's coming from with all of this.
I mean, I could upload a video and be like, hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Stephen Hammer. Life is good. Life is great. But then I'd just be lying to everybody. And I would much rather be honest with everybody than putting on this fake facade for people and thinking everything's perfect in the world. And it just sucks. And I wanted to be real and be honest and tell people like, hey, I'm still leaving comments turned off because as somebody who makes videos and puts them out there, like I get those comments, you're fat. Oh, whatever. Right. I get those comments or this that belt's ugly. I don't make videos for you. I make them for me and just to educate some other people. Yeah. I cannot stand it when people comment. I can't stand it when people comment bad stuff. And granted, I used to be one of those people, right? I used to pop off on people and be like, that belt's ugly. That's a 2mm brass belt. Go get you a 4mm, HD or something. Like, don't quit wasting your money. Get something worth quality. I used to be that guy. I understand, but I'm not that guy anymore. And I apologize if I've made anybody mad in the past, but it just, there's a time and a place to be opinionated about things. And if somebody's making videos, don't be popping off saying, oh, your teeth are crooked or your hairline looks weird or whatever. Like, it's so idiotic.
I've learned to appreciate those people though. You know why? Because they're still giving me the view. You know what? As miserable as they are, you're still giving me the view. And we talked about this, and that's why I don't worry about anybody in this hobby. I don't worry about what somebody's going to say to me, because if we want to compare stats, we can compare stats all day long. But nobody's going to ever be harder on myself than I am.
Right.
Ever. So for me to put myself out there like I do now, bro, I'm winning. And that's the way I look at it. I'm just winning. And that's the thing, is like, I want to make sure like you and everybody understands, is like, bro, you just put yourself out there and you put your story out there, you're winning. Regardless of the feedback, you're winning. Because you're being yourself.
Sometimes I think, maybe I shouldn't make videos. Maybe I shouldn't put myself out there. Maybe I'll just collect belts and not tell anybody, hey, it's a new belt day. I won't tell anybody. Because you have like the small group of people like you guys and some of my close friends that I have. You guys, love comments, whatever. Hey, congratulations, bro, whatever. But then you secretly have those haters behind your back that are like, this motherfucker over here, this guy over here has got a brand new belt, and it's like, can't you just be happy for somebody?
You gotta sometimes you gotta scratch that surface though and understand that those people that are doing that are just jealous and unhappy people. And they want to make you feel how they feel.
Yeah. I mean,
and if they can't make you feel that way, they can't win. And it pains them. That's the thing, is I hate losing. I hate losing with a fucking passion. That's why I'll never ever in my life let somebody on the internet get over on me.
And you gotta, like they say, you gotta thank the haters. You gotta thank them. Because believe it or not, the most loyal viewers are your haters. They're there to never miss an episode just to see what they're gonna say about you the next day. And like Easy said, there's no such thing as bad publicity. It's all just publicity.
I'm sure that I could run into a burning building right now and save 99 babies. But if I didn't save one of them, somebody's gonna pop off online and be like, Hammer, he didn't save that last baby, man. What a son of a bitch.
Or he should have saved that last baby first.
Yeah, and it's like, damn, guys, it's like, it's
damned if you do, damned if you don't, man.
But that's the way I just kind of put my head down and just kind of go through, because I like you have, and I'm sure you have, and I have, and Mendoza has. We've met a lot of good people through this hobby.
Oh yeah, absolutely,
definitely met a lot of good.
And I'll take.
Go ahead. Yeah, there are a lot of good people. There's a lot of bad. There are, but there are a lot of good. And there are some people in the hobby that have my personal cell phone number. And I don't do that very often. I'm not just going to give you my personal number to call me up anytime or send me a text message. But there are some phenomenal people. I mean, just fantastic people in these groups that if you need something, like, they will be right there.
And there's even people in this hobby, like I was talking to my wife about, I was like, there's people that I wish knew me more personally, like, because I'm just a different type of personality. I'm that friend that will call you out on your shit, but then be like 5 minutes later, be like, dude, let's go get some fucking drinks and some wings.
I got no problem.
That's just how I am. But most people aren't like that. Most people just take the abrasiveness and they're like, that guy's a dick.
Yep.
And so you take the good with the bad. And I know that I tell everybody, I'm not everybody's flavor. Some people hate me. You either love me or hate me for the most part. That's kind of how it goes.
Well, I tell people, a lot of people ask me, hey man, turn your comments back on. And for some reason, I just cannot do it right now. Right now, I cannot do it. Because we all know that saying, right? Sticks and stones may break your bones, right?
Yeah.
The saying to me is sticks and stones may break your bones, but words will break your spirit. And for the longest time, those words broke my spirit to where I was going to sell my camera. I was going to sell everything. I just didn't care anymore. Like, I don't make money on YouTube. I used to, but it wasn't very much. I'm not Mr. Beast over here making millions of dollars. You know what I mean? Like, I would make $100 maybe every 4 months. So like January, February, March, April, in that time frame, I would make $100. And in those 4 months, that's it. So it's not worth it. It's just not. I'm sorry. I could just rant about things and just it's just
what
not.
you
But
do
words,
if you do it,
words will break your spirit for sure. Words
what
will
you
break
do,
your spirit.
how you do it, what you want to do on your channel. I encourage it, brother. I want to see more of you, hear more from you, see what ideas you got popping. I'm one of those people that would love to see more, you know.
Thank you.
And if you leave the comments off, so be it. But if that means I can still see Mr. Hammer on YouTube, fine by me, you know, because regardless of that, we know behind it all, there's going to be more positive than negative towards you. So, like you said, a lot of negative stuff does get to us, and over time, it just seems like a shirt. You know, they're pulling a little piece of lint at a time, and over time, before you know it, half that shirt is gone. So it does get to you, man. I just think that this is something that hopefully will help you grow thicker skin and come out of a cocoon where you can be even bigger and better. And then later on, that won't even bother you, and continue doing the great stuff you were doing, man. Honestly,
yeah, I understand. You have people that are in your corner now, then, and tomorrow. That, you know, regardless if the comments are there or not, we see that video come up. Oh, what's Hammer reviewing right now? Let's see what he's fucking reviewing. Let's fucking click on it, and then that's what we do. Like I said, you were the first person that I seen a belt review of. I did not know this whole thing existed. Like in 2019, 2018, I had no idea this fucking world existed. And then, poof, I mean, hundreds of belts later.
I mean, when COVID hit, I had just moved to Indiana.
COVID was a blessing for this hobby.
And I remember like being here for about a year in Indiana. I was without family, uncles, cousins, brothers, everything, just nobody. And the only thing I had comfort was like coming home at 2, 3 in the morning, and I'd be up till 6 in the morning watching even repeated episodes of Stephen Hammer and his reviews. There was always something I missed, or I saw something in the background. I have a bunch of collectibles in my background. I have a whole room of them. Brother, you sparked off, just in me, a whole bunch of things. And after that, I got into leather and everything. Believe me, without me discovering Stephen Hammer, there'd be no Mendoza Craft either. Believe that. Because it all starts somewhere, man. You know what I mean? So, regardless of what you feel, what you hear, what you see, there is 80 to 90% positive behind you, brother. There's a lot of people behind you. So hopefully in the future we can see some more and work through some other things. I don't know. We're not really taking any questions. We don't want to get into anything personal. Everything's cool. My only question is, after many, many months, I just want to know, what's Stephen Hammer's favorite belt now? Because there's some new titles. There's some new stuff out there, man. So we got to know. I got to know, brother.
And after that, I got 2 questions. One's a wrestling one and one's not.
Okay. One question at a time. One question at a time. Because I will forget and I'll go off on a tangent. Favorite belt right now. There's so many good belts that have came out recently, with especially WWE Shop. Like they've been pounding them out, man. Like some of the replicas are really fantastic. I mean, I have to say the Seth Rollins world title, right? Like that one is insane. That belt, I have that belt. That belt's on the wall. Let's see if I can show you guys. Yeah, it is up there. It is right there. Right, it's right there. And hopefully the guy's watching. But Joshua, I think Joshua Taylor. I'm terrible with names, but he had sent me that belt, dude, for free. That's the shit that happens in the belt hobby. Dude, just he's like, hey, I had a coupon for Fanatics. Got you a belt. Give me your address.
That's beautiful, brother.
What?
See, that's what I mean.
It's shit like that. Like, and now And now I have a friend for life because this dude talks to me every day. You know, and like that guy is cool. Like he really is. And so, you know, that belt
that's part of it. That's part of it is like we try to we want to highlight the fucking good people of the hobby. You can sit here and sit here and easily point your finger at who's bad or whatever, but pointing the fingers at your 80 Terrys, your Joe Vatanzas, your Drew Aldrich Boyers, all these guys that your David Johnstons are so much better for this hobby than the small percentage of assholes.
Yeah.
Mark Maggard comments, "What's up, brother? There is more good than bad in the hobby. It's just that the bad is so loud." And
that's true because you know, like I can go through these groups and I can see like this person's a scammer, this person scammed me out of money, whatever. People going live, making videos. I feel like it's like an everyday occurrence. And it's like, damn, like who can you like trust? Who's safe to talk to you anymore? Because it's like you don't want to be scammed, you know, and it's the bad definitely is bad at times. It really is.
At least there's no more EW. So I mean, there's one thing. We'll drink to that one, you know. No more EW.
Yeah, that entire situation was
crazy.
Like it was, and like all of us believed it too. All of us. And
we all drank some of the Kool-Aid.
We did. And I'm just gonna say, I'm so happy that Mayan Madasser is doing his own thing now.
I'm glad they recovered.
Yes, I'm so happy for him, and I'm glad that person is not here anymore. Unless he's hiding behind a fake name, which some people do, but
I'm so sure. I'm you might even be in the hobby, but you know what? He's too much of a coward to put his name out there. So if you can't put your name out there, then bro, are you really back?
But yeah, my favorite belt. See, we went on a tangent. My favorite belt is probably the world title. Probably the world title.
Really?
Yeah, that one is just amazing. Of course, my favorite probably of all time, for some reason, the one that I have in my collection is the Black Network logo. Right, it's that one. For some reason, I love that belt. It's just like the symmetrical. Is that the right word? Symmetrical.
It is. It's really even, so left to right. It's nice. I've got a network logo. I had it restoned in custom blue stones and white stones and blue swoosh. I releathered it. I've been looking at that belt going, I'm going to sell it and just get something new now that, and I can't get rid of it. I can't let it go.
I don't like talking about.
I literally took it off the shelf and I go, I got too much into this. I put it right back. I couldn't do it.
I don't like talking about the network logo.
Why?
No, I had one that I had restoned by Simpson, Belt Addiction sidebars, re-leathered by Reggie Parks.
Wow.
And I sold it. And to this day, I'm trying to track it down.
Bad move.
And trying to rebuy it.
Talk about a bad move.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Matthew Bowman, I sold it to. Throwing names out there. And then he threw it on eBay and sold it to somebody on eBay. And I can't find who he sold it to on eBay. So I need it back.
Well, I'll tell you this, Steven. That World Heavyweight, you might like it even better.
It's real leather.
Once you have it on some real leather.
Yeah. The only unfortunate thing about that belt, and the only negative I can say, is around like the curve between the main plate and the side plate, it starts to crack. And a lot of people have posted pictures of that in some groups. As you kind of like fold it and like bend it around like an easel stand or your DTOF or whatever, the strap is cracking just slightly.
Now, just real quick, because it's funny you mentioned that. The straps that I'm making, I've been spacing that because I noticed I said, if I keep putting these plates too close to the factory hole placements, it's going to start cracking. And so I've spaced that out. I spaced it out. And believe me, like she said, you wouldn't believe what a quarter of an inch does for you. You know what I mean?
Just a design flaw?
It's got to be a design flaw. You know what I mean? It's got to be kind of like the way the bars dig into the leather on the Winged Eagle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. It wasn't a thought. But hopefully I can get a strap out to you to review for that, man. You slap it on there. And
it's
I'd like to
on
contribute
the
to one more Stephen Hammer video, brother. I send a strap out to you, but I want an honest review. If you're gonna dog me, because I need to just kick myself in the ass if I did something wrong. You know what I mean?
The problem, and I was bad for it back in the day. Like, if I got a belt, dude, I thought it was the coolest thing ever. Right? It was the best belt I've ever saw, even though it really wasn't the coolest belt I've ever saw. You know what I mean? But I thought it was cool at the time. But it's really not. You know what I mean? You got the box of doom in the leather, and it's like, you know, I'm thinking it's cool, it's fine. Other collectors are like, bro, come on, man, you can do better. And I'm like, ugh. But I thought it was cool at the time.
But it's cool because
it's the sentiment behind it.
There is, exactly. There's a lot of nostalgia, sentiment behind it. And I remember the first time I got a Winged Eagle. I was like so impressed, super happy. And I bought it off of eBay, which is something that later on I saw a video of yours saying don't get a belt on eBay because of the way the scammers are. Well, I didn't see that before I bought it. So I get it, and I thought it was the world's greatest thing until I really started seeing more videos on Winged Eagles, and I go, damn. I literally got this license plate feeling 2mm belt, Winged Eagle on a blue strap, and I was like, man.
I got lucky 2019, my first 2019. My first boot Winged Eagle was a Sami Malik Fight Night belts, dual-plated Winged Eagle. And back then, he was doing solid work.
I got my first Fight Night belt because of Stephen Hammer. I got my Winged Eagle from him, and then that was really good, and then I got a Intercontinental, but a belt I still have today from Fight Night Belts because Steven recommended it is my Winged Eagle, and then I did a Ultimate Warrior themed strap on that, and that's still upstairs. My collection. Man.
I don't know what he's doing these days because Fight Night Belts was one of the guys back a few years ago. Green Man Leather. I always make fun of the dark side of Green Man Leather because Green Man Leather would make some belts, but if you went to his eBay page, he would make like bondage style clothing and like whips and yeah. Hey, shout out to Carmine Sabia for that because Carmine was like, I asked Carmine, I was like, yo, what belt is that? He's like, that's Green Man Leather. So I went and checked it out, and I'm like, at first I'm seeing like these leather masks where they have the nose that goes like super long and like,
wow.
I'm like, are you sure you didn't link me to something else? And he's like, no, keep going down. And then he had belts. I was like, yeah, okay.
And I still have some of my Fight Night belts. Like, I don't think they're the best out there, but like if I need a belt, I'll just order from them. You know, if I need a belt just for display, but it's fine. It's fine.
But a belt for 5 years ago, he was that Mateen style.
Yeah.
In that, and then they kind of, Mateen kind of, I don't know what he's doing these days, but Mateen and Fight Night and all those guys kind of.
Okay. The best way I explain this to people is because they'll ask me, who's better, right? Nawaz, Fight Night, all this stuff. The best way I can explain this is like everybody used to be right here, but then other belt makers started, doing better and upgrading their level game. Other people just stayed the same. And I kind of put Fight Night in that category of just staying the same. Yeah. Mateen, I don't know because I don't pay enough attention to his work, but other people like Great Custom Belts, like I love those people,
I was just going to mention Tyler Dove and Great Custom Belts because I watch the HD game a lot because I love my asset HD, and they're doing I've pointed out a few things to Tyler, and they're getting them fixed as far as artwork goes, things like that. But they're doing some good things at a really great price point.
Yeah, and I saw they fixed the World Relief banner. They finally got that little cut around the W, right?
Notch. Yep.
Yeah, I was like, man, you don't know how many times I've gone to Makers.
So
and said,
I'm actually talking to the maker right now from Great Custom Belts to replicate a belt I had a while back. That it was a dual plated winged eagle, but it was kind of a hybrid of a WrestleMania 4. But these sidebars were 8mm sidebars, just thick, sexy, long sidebars, and he's like, I can do it. I'll do it. Just let me know. So we're going through that right now because I'll take a chance on somebody.
Well, that's what I'm saying, right? Everybody else back in the day, right, was almost on the same level. Usman, Mateen, Fight Night, all of these guys were you could just get a belt from them anywhere, and they were like really good quality. We thought at the time, but then everybody just stepped their game up so much.
Altar belts.
Altar, Alianos, right? All of those guys have stepped up. Other people just kind of stayed the same. They're happy being over here selling their belts, and that's kind of like the category I put Fight Night at. They still sell their belts for a little more expensive when you could probably go somewhere else to get that same belt, probably a little bit better and cheaper. But I'm just saying.
I've always been the Classic Shields homer, but the problem I have as of late is I don't want to order a belt and have to wait 2 years.
Right, and I won't do that either. Ain't no way. No way.
I'll wait 6 months, but I think 6 months right there is that's it. And there should be no excuses for imperfections in 6 months.
Dude, Classic Shield. I'm going to go on a tangent here, and if you guys want to remove me, that's fine. But I'm going to go on a little rant here, and I'm going to say, dude, I'm going to be nice. The crap that they pulled with Mark Maggard.
I did see that.
For plates, dude. For NWA Dome Globe plates. 2 years? Wait? No.
Look at Marabito's winged eagle. His chipped winged eagle? Yeah. That's 2 years.
No, dude, because if I want a winged eagle, I don't give a crap. I'm going to go to WWE shop. I'm going to get the winged eagle, and I'm going to be happy with it. I don't care if it doesn't have the F logo. I don't care. Get the F over it, people. I'm tired of hearing about it. I am. I'm so tired. Oh, it doesn't have the F logo. Who cares? The company is not WWF anymore. You can buy a quality winged eagle nowadays at WWEshop.com. Come on, guys.
And you know what? For a while, I'll admit it myself.
I know the tangent, but I am still a homer for that F logo. Like, I'm just that guy. Because, like, my yellow. Hold on.
I'll tell you, like, for me, for certain belts, I want the F. And if. And when I don't want, or it doesn't matter to me, I'll get a shop belt. I have both. But I don't go on every place and every page blowing up shop belts because they don't have the F on there. You know what I mean? I don't do that. I'm kind of like a guy.
Ethan at one time had the yellow IC, the shop replica. I remember he did a video about it a while back. I remember that. And I thought that looked great. And at one time, I wanted to do that to mine. I'm like, man, this guy made a YouTube video and has a yellow IC on the shop belt. I want to do the same thing. But it's the WWE belt. I don't care. The memories are still the same in my mind of Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon and all that stuff. They're all up here. As long as I got the belt and put it on my shoulder or my waist or whatever, I don't really care about the logo anymore. I don't care.
Josh, you're right, brother. It is more symmetrical. I totally get it. There is, like, I think up to date. As far as the Classic Series belts, I gotta say, I was on the ropes about it, but today I saw a post by Chris Stratton from Big Boys Belts. He posted up the new Hogan belt. I'm gonna tell you, I don't mind the W on that belt. I really like the plates and the finish, man. I was like, oh, I think this time they got my ass because, man, I really liked it. I really did, man.
So I don't know if you guys have seen, but I really love the Andre belt. Bandu makes a fine Andre belt. I'm not going to but I believe it started with Lukeman. I give him credit because I believe he was the first one I seen do it. but I think Great Custom Belts is doing it now, where they do the Andre belt, where they do the Eagles as relief pieces, and it just fucking pops. Like those Eagles as relief pieces. Oh my god!
Yeah,
And
I
I
think
saw that after the
Great,
movie.
Great Custom
I
Belt
did
is
see
making
that.
one right now with the eagle, the relief eagles, and it looks
Yep.
really good.
The only thing I gotta say that what they're not getting right, and hopefully this could go back. Tyler, this isn't a shot at your maker or anybody else. Just I noticed that when they dual plate, that silver base of the plating, they're not getting it quite right. The luster is not there. The gold is on point, but that chrome look, that mirror finish, the dual plate, it's not there yet. I don't know if these guys are not polishing enough before they move on to the nickel plating. I don't know what's going on. Something is getting lost in the middle. I think that they really need to work on that, man, honestly.
Now, is that you just being nitpicky, or is that like how it should be? Should it be more polished?
It should be reflective. Like it should be.
Okay.
It should be, I mean, a guy coming...
It should look like a haze. It looks like a haze.
hazy.
Okay.
And the thing is, like, this is coming from a guy that's been in the auto industry over 20 years. I had my own shop for 15 years. I did rechroming. I did gold plating on complete, forget belts. We did chroming on engine parts, complete bumpers, moldings across cars, everything on lowriders. That base, that chrome needs to just be glass, like you can put your fingers through water. And they're not getting that right. I've seen Classic Shields get that right. I've seen, I even seen Mateen. I have his dual plate Winged Eagles HD here. I have a set. Beautiful. But I've seen a lot of these other makers. They're not quite there with that. I think they really need to work on that dual plate, the silver base on there, man. They really got to polish the shit out of that and get it right.
But yeah, I'm not waiting. I'm not waiting 2 years for a belt. F that, dude. Ain't no way. I'll hit up Great Custom Belts or whoever I need. Sometimes Nawaz, if he's available and he has something cool in stock. Like,
Nawaz is my dude. I talk to Nawaz a lot, and I swear to God, before I die, I'm gonna get that fucker to make me a belt where that sheet is the backing.
I knew exactly where you were going before you even said it.
that sheet is going to be the backing, and that's going to be like the fucking most iconic belt in the history of this hobby.
Wow. Kenneth, I feel bad for you, brother. Sorry to hear that, man. Kenneth says WWE shop won't ship replica title belts outside the USA. So I can't even get any belts because I live in Australia.
And if that's the guy that I'm thinking of, he also makes YouTube reviews as well. He talks about a lot of belts, so he's a cool guy too.
Kenneth Wilson, guys, check him out. Kenneth Wilson. Some makers, if I've dealt with some guys that if you really push on that, they'll do it. I personally really like the in between 3mm, 2.7, 2.6. logo plates and stuff like that. I don't know why. They're not paper thin, but they're not hefty either. They're just in a really comfortable spot, you know. For me, anyways.
I don't know if you'll be able to put this up. I'm gonna send you a picture, Mendoza. And this is why I want this belt recreated. I shouldn't have got rid of it. I got rid of it, and I shouldn't have got rid of it.
Vinny, I would love. Vinny says, I have a friend working with Nawaz on a Ring Accurate Big Green. Artwork is amazing. I would love to see that Big Green. And I know Vinny loves his Big Green belts. Actually, he's got a crumb ring he's sending out to me. And hopefully we'll see that one done pretty soon. But
because of Vinny, I have fallen in love with the Big Green belt. I used to think it was so ugly. I used to be that guy.
I did too. I'm not going to lie. But I'm waiting for somebody to do a good big, because I really haven't seen anybody. I can't even say they've done a 6 from a scale to 1 to 10 of a Big Green. But when they do, I'm jumping on it. and I'm gonna do the leather on it. I think Carmine, when we had him on the show, had a big green. That's the only one I've seen lately that I was like, whoa, ooh, that's nice. I was like, okay. So
yeah, I had seen pictures from I think it's Muhammad Arham of his, and his looks beautiful. It is so crisp and it just looks so good. Now, funny you said, I actually have one sitting beside me from Fight Night because they had sent me a bunch of belts and asked me to help them sell them, and I have one beside me, and like, man, I've just fallen in love with this damn belt, and I shouldn't because it's before my time. The Winged Eagle, right? But that's my belt. You know, that's the one I grew up watching. But dude, just the legacy of that belt, dude, I'm just in love with that belt now. And I can't get enough of it. And I blame Vinny for that because he's always showing off that big green belt.
And he'll happily take credit for it. He's going to happily take credit for it because I fell in love with it. But I'll tell you how I want to do mine. There's a special shade of green I'm going to go with. And then the backing, I want a tan backing on it. And I'm thinking of even maybe doing stitch around the whole perimeter of the belt, like the way the Crumrine is done. So a lot of people are not going to like it, but I think it'll look classy. Hopefully somebody will do a good big green out there. I'll wait for Nawaz's, Vinny, and see where I go from there from that point on.
What color stitching would you do around it?
The stitching, I'm thinking it's going to be like off-white so that it stands out in the front. But on the back, it's a little bit of a contrast to that tan in the back of that backing. So that's what I'm thinking of going with right there. Tyler says, I got a TV Accurate WCW tag belt in the works and Jmar WWF tag. That's going to be nice. It's going to be nice. The Jmar tags are nice.
Especially if it's coming from Great Custom Belts. Because like I said, like, in my opinion, they're the ones you should go to if you want like a good affordable belt. In my opinion, it's hit up Tyler Dove. That's just my opinion. Don't get mad at me. Don't throw fire my way. Don't throw heat and be like, oh, this guy's promoting for Great Custom Belt. No, I'm not. I've bought like 6 of their belts before in the past. I think they make a great product. Their leather is on point for a standard definition belt, dude. What, 2 or 3 months maybe, dude? It's great. It's fine. It's great.
And you know what? Don't be surprised if a lot of these guys like Great Customs Belt and other makers that are in the hobby, if they just start steering away from SD completely, because they're all dipping into HD, it's starting to get really affordable, and it's going to get good, guys. Really, the only thing that's going to separate them is not even going to be price. It's the quality. And I've always said that that's what should separate one from another, the quality you can do.
Most makers hate doing SD belts anyways because it's so messy of a process.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Steven do any custom belts, but I like some of the things he's put a twist on. He's put a twist on a couple of belts I've seen him do. He's even taken the gold. The NWO.
You did the gold backing on the, what belt was that? Was that the Winged
Eagle? Yeah, it was the Winged Eagle I just had. Yeah.
Yep.
So that's the WWE shop, and I literally just took metallic gold spray paint and put it on the back of it. And dude, I love it. And it's, people were like, it's gonna crack. It's gonna crack. And like, it's,
I'm not gonna lie, that looks really at home,
right?
The way it contrasts with the black like that, it looks really at home to me, man. I was looking at that.
I love it, dude. That made me just fall in love with this belt even more. Like, to me, it just fits. It just clicks. It's good. Yeah, I mean, I have custom belts, but like with custom belts with like my name on them. But like, I don't really have like anything crazy. Like, some people will like customize like an Intercontinental with like a European and a Winged Eagle. I don't do all that. You know how some people did the Winged Eagle hybrids. With like the hybrids. Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Like, some of them look all right, but it's not something I would do. But I mean, I have my custom like hammer belts and stuff, but no like mashups of like a United States and a Winged Eagle together.
Yeah, I've never liked those kind of mashups. I've seen them and how people were like doing that on video games and that bringing those ideas to makers, and makers started doing them.
Yeah.
There's every lollipop, for every lollipop, there's a sucker. You know what I mean? And there's different strokes for different folks. You know what I mean? That's all I can say.
Yeah.
I've had some people bring up some really good ideas for doing customs. Some people have no idea what to do with a custom, and they say, dude, you have free reign. I'll draw something up and show it to them, and good stuff comes out of it, man. Gold, exactly. The gold dust, the IC, that was completely gold. People love that belt, man.
Especially that one from Great Custom Belts. I swear. I'm not trying to shill for them, but I'm trying to shill for them because there's a lot of garbage belt makers out there. Let's just be honest. There are. But I swear to you, like Tyler Dove, like those guys are just so good. And I really like their work. So what's that saying? Promote what you love or something like that. It's something like that. But
yeah, I get it. Well, my thing is this. Like I said earlier, I'm gonna send you a strap for the new World Heavyweight. Tell me what you think of it. I love to see. I want to contribute to putting a new video up, and hopefully people will like that. I want the honest truth, complete honest truth. Don't pull no punches, because that's what we need: constructive criticism to grow, to improve. Those are the things we need.
And dude, I've had belt makers hit me up and say, "Bro, I'm gonna send you a belt. Do a review." I'm like, "Okay, cool." But the second you say one bad thing, dude, it's like, "Bro, you sabotaged me." And it's like,
because they take it as, I guess the belt is payment for you to give them a huge pump up.
yeah,
And that's not how it works. They don't understand exactly 100% how we work, how much in America we value your word is your bond. There's nothing unbreakable like a man's word. And I do deals with a handshake, forget the contract. All that is well respected, the way we grew up and the way we had to upbring. With them, it's very different. It's about, from what I take it, okay, from what I've experienced from makers talking to me in inboxes, I could have 100 belts up on this wall easily. I could have 2-3 belts from each maker that has hit me up to put their plates on my leather and promote their ass for free plates. I could have 100 belts across this wall easily, no problem. I've turned every bit of them down because I've told them the first thing I said is, I'm going to make an honest opinion and review of it. If it's no good, I can't push you. And then they say, well, in that case, I can't. So I don't think it's culture. It's just their way of business is the way I'll say it. They're still on a business mindset. And I think in this hobby, when they finally start approaching business for us, the customer, value the customer in a certain way, where they are putting you 100% first, they're finally going to start raking in people, and they're going to rake in the dough because, hey, you can say 100 things good about something, and that news is hard to travel.
mm-hmm.
You say one bad thing, it's a forest fire.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Like I said earlier, you can save 99 babies from a burning building, but they're always going to remember that one thing.
Yeah.
I could go on and say Fight Night belts. Oh, they make a great product. You know, their plates are cool. They're trustworthy, yada yada. But their leather could be better.
Hmm.
They're going to turn around and be like, "Bro, but you say you love my belts, but you sabotage me in the video." I'm like,
yeah,
you're not listening. You're not listening, dude. So many other people are doing like really good leather, hand tooled leather, and not like stamped leather. You could upgrade too, but he don't want to hear that. You know, they don't want to hear stuff like that. They just want to hear like, "This belt's amazing. It's gonna blow your mind. Buy it now." That's all they want, right? Is the money. They don't want to hear like his leather could be better or whatever. They don't want to hear any of that. And I'm not just speaking for them. I'm talking of everybody is pretty much like that.
Hey, Stone Cold Steve, brother, we're all on that chase.
I'm never gonna get it.
I mean, look at my partner's face here. He's just, we all want to know. what was engraved on those tips, man.
I think there are people in the hobby that know. They just
but they're not going to say.
Yeah. Oh, they're a very small circle, and they know.
One of those guys got his face taken down recently.
When it comes time for them to benefit for it, they will let you know, because they know this hobby, the way the boots are. If it got out today, a week later, everybody would have One Piece tips, bro. Special IC tip for Warrior.
I'd have it tomorrow.
Right? I mean, come on, guys. It's just like movie theaters. The CD guy. The movie came out on Friday, right? In theaters. The boot guy already had it on Wednesday on CD out of this trunk. You know what I mean? That's just how it is. That's how it happens, man. But hey, we are at the 1 hour mark, guys. I want to say again, thank you guys for joining us. Thank you guys for commenting, shouting out, share, comment, subscribe, guys. Keep this going. Any last things you wanna put out there? Anything you want to say? Anything you got thinking about working on? A special message to the hobby? Anything for the guys out here?
A message to the hobby would be like, don't be hurtful, be helpful. Quit trying to like knock people down about their belts or whatever. Don't be hurtful, be helpful. That's my message to the belt hobby. As far as things I'm working on, I'm going to be honest, I've got a lot of videos I got to film. And I forgot I even filmed one because somebody had messaged me and was like, hey, I like the video you just uploaded today. And I was like, I didn't upload a video today. But I'd filmed a video and edited it weeks ago. And I scheduled it to upload today and completely forgot about it. And it's like a WCW collection of belts that I have. And I've got some videos that I've still got to film and things like that. So I'm trying to find my groove again and get back into it. It's still kind of hard at times, because I don't feel as upbeat sometimes. So I kind of like have to like get back on the bicycle and try this all over again,
One foot in front of the other, brother.
Yeah, one day at a time. That's what I try to do. But yeah, I've got some videos I got to film, and I'm very excited. Some special people to talk about and thank for helping me along the way, and I'm very excited.
Awesome, and that brings me a lot of happiness and joy to hear, brother. Believe me, I'm happy. I'm excited. Can't wait to get that notification, man. Whatever.
Well, thank you to the both of you for watching the videos. Like I don't know who watches, right? I don't pay attention to stuff like that, but it was cool to hear Ethan like, hey man, I just watched your video, and I'm like, I didn't even know you watched my videos.
Always, bro.
So yeah, thank you guys for doing stuff like this and reaching out. That means a lot to me. It really does.
And it means a lot to us for you to come out, brother. Believe it.
But with ending with that is just always make sure you understand that you're a PM away from somebody to talk to. I know it sucks sometimes. I know it feels lonely sometimes, and you feel like you don't want to, or you can't. Just understand that I'm a testament to. I've met some really great people in this hobby, and just do not be afraid to reach out.
And that goes for everybody, not just me, but
for everybody watching.
Yeah, definitely, man. Just check up on your people. That's all. Just check up on them. Thank you.
And guys, just remember, we're all grown men. We're in a hobby that made us really happy as young kids and young adults. And all this is supposed to be a brotherhood. We have a lot of responsibility to what we do. And even in, I'll say this. A lot of people take criticism and they say it's cruel for showboating certain things in the hobby and things like that. But guys, even in professional sports, showboating will still get you flagged. It'll still get you called on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice, but to a certain limit, it also gets you called out or gets you in a sore place with people because, you know what I mean? That's kind of like, flashing your money to the kid behind you with food stamps in his hand. You know what I mean? It's not always the best thing to do, man. So respect people's belts. Everybody has a budget. You know what I mean? Everybody has a dream to have something. Let's respect each other's dreams and accomplishments and goals. And you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So, you don't know what that is, my boy's got one. He's got one right there. So, but guys, hopefully everybody can take something like from this show today. Spread it out, guys. Spread the love. The hobby.
Enjoy the rest of Valentine's Day. Do what I say and go get some ass.
Then go get some ass. We'll leave you with that message, guys. Okay. It's been fun. We're going to see you guys on the next one. Hopefully everybody will be there. We are out, guys. Enjoy your night. And we're going to try to go get out of the doghouse. Out of here.